Yo guys, welcome to the stream. If you're popping in early, we're gonna start in 5 minutes here. Let me just do some posts and we'll get this going here. Thanks for popping in early, guys. Getting started here soon. Alrighty, what's up everybody? How we doing, guys? Good to see you guys in the chats. Chat, how we doing, chat? Mr. Matt, good to see you. Irish Dutchman, Cold War, Brady El Gallo, good to see you, brother. XRP, Jungle Beast, Miss Jessica, Turd Ferguson, Satoshi Nakamoto, good to see you guys in, man. Some more people should be popping in soon. Just doing a little educational stream. My brother's actually live right now, so in another window, maybe go pop over, smash a like on his stream. But this is an important stream. I can't do it at any other time, so we're kind of conflicting right now, which sorry about that. But I was able to print like $20,000 of profits. Look, I didn't take all of it out of the breakout account, but not only did I pass a challenge earlier today, but I also then re-entered, kept shorting, and made 20 grand in P&L. So this was crazy, man. The shorts were crazy today, and I have to like explain this first week of March was nuts. There was a monthly leapfrog and then a weekly leapfrog. So I think it's a good learning opportunity. We're going to do a giveaway kind of toward the middle or end of the stream. So I'm going to give back to the community here. Now, ever since my breakout prop video, you guys have been absolutely murdering it with the like affiliate, like my affiliates. Look at my referrals on my affiliates, 29 referrals, and this is probably a small group of dedicated traders spamming accounts, but just know that I'm watching you guys working here. So I'm going to do a little giveaway here. Most of the giveaway is going to go to these people that are spamming these funded accounts. I obviously don't want you guys spamming a bunch of accounts, losing a bunch of money, but hopefully I can give back a little bit and maybe like pay for one of your challenges or something, so you can bounce back at like some of your, you know, whatever the cost of the evaluation back. But just know that I appreciate your guys' support, win or loss. I hope that the stuff that I teach you guys helps you. So yeah, go ahead and smash the likes, and I'm gonna just kind of go over a little bit about what happened here. So, you know, we kind of have to go back all the way to like the start of February. So like the start of February opened up, and the first thing we did was we lost the year-to-date Vwap. See this purple year-to-date Vwap here on Bitcoin? So we kind of had this little bit of a small gap from that fresh February Vwap, a small little 4% dump, and we lost the year-to-date. Now this was a very scary sign. I put out a video saying this reminds me exactly of what happened last year, but in the reverse. So if you put an anchored Vwap on last February, and let me just get rid of these bands here. You can see that last February there was also a small gap between the new February anchor and the year-to-date, but that was masking or disguising a very large volatile move to the upside. And look what happened here, guys. Now we're back in February, and we had a small gap between the February and the year-to-date VWAPs, and that was masking a volatile move to the downside. You see how it's like an inverse fractal, or like it's like the same thing happening in the reverse. So, you know, like Bitcoin clung to life most of February. This is where it was different than last year, is that we had the Trump VWAP. We had a VWAP from Election Day, providing a very strong defense, a shield, if you will, for the bulls, keeping them pretty much at the yearly open here. If you go to like January 1st, your yearly open was basically there at like 93K, and that Trump VWAP was acting as a buffer there. But if you guys have been following me, you know I've been going over the macro signs. We want to stay with the trend, right? And when the monthly waves are looking like this, you kind of want to err on the side of caution, right? You don't want to be not telling people of the risks, at least. And so things were risky up there, and we did get that bearish continuation to end the month of February. So that overarching like bearish idea that I had ended up playing out. And when things in the market play out how you want, it's like you want the market to fall into your trap of understanding. If the market does this, then I will do this type stuff. And so when the market really starts doing what you think it's going to do, all sorts of amazing trading opportunities open up to you. So we're dumping down into February, and your boy Groper did not fall for the trap of getting too bearish. I did not rub it in anyone's faces, except for people who deserved it on Twitter with 800K followers. But the little guy, I didn't pick on anyone. I wasn't being a troll or nothing for coming down here. In fact, I was already eyeing a long from the new March VWAP, because February is a short month. February ends on the 28th, and then you're in March before you know it. And look, guys, we had a daily wave, a daily green dot here on NickCipher. And so I'm not a perma bear. I'm just a bearish Bitcoin bull. And so when I see the signs that things could reverse, I'm like not afraid at all to call it. And so I called for a relief rally, not a salvation rally. We're not being saved by the government. I was just saying March could be a month where we see some relief. And when we zoom in on the smaller time frames here, you know, we're isolating, pretty much when we were down here, we were isolating the fact that look how far we had ran from that February VWAP, the teal line right there, about 20%. So you go into a new month with an oversold daily wave, 20% away from the previous month's VWAP. Now, anybody who's been following me since last year knows I love this opportunity. I love mean reversion trading. You know, I did take losses like kind of around that election time last year because that was a macro continuation moment. My biggest trades are always these mean reversions back to like the previous month's VWAP or the previous quarter's VWAP. And most of the time throughout the year, that is what happens, except maybe once in the year, you'll get that crazy volatile move that just keeps going. But for the most part, I print money from these big retracements. And so, you know, I didn't catch it on my breakout accounts. I caught it on the Blowfin account. This move right here, I took out half profits. Anyone in the VIP knows that things were looking a little iffy as we were slamming into the declining 5-day simple moving average. This weekly VWAP was some tough resistance, and you can see we were lollygagging for like a full day there. And so I closed half my long position, woke up the next day, and boom, the monthly leapfrog had played out. Now, at this point, I could have just kind of, I don't know, I could have just called it right there, but I saw another opportunity manifesting. What happened, guys, is Trump did this tweet. Look at Eric Trump's tweet. I loved the genius. Look how stupid this tweet is. I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday when the trad markets are closed. For the first time, retail investors win. Anytime anyone tells you for the first time retail investors win, they're scamming you guys. Trust me. Traditional finance better catch up or it'll quickly become extinct. Well, and I tweeted this too. I said, should have done it on a Monday. Now we're going to get retraced on. I got more views than Peter Schiff's comment there. So that was pretty sick. But this is some wolf in sheep's clothing behavior, guys. The government is not your friend. You're not going to beat trad finance. The second Monday opens, the gap is going to get filled. You go on the gap chart. Look, there's a big gap here. It's like a no-brainer. And this isn't like some crazy manipulation. This happens every single week in crypto, and it's happened every single week in crypto for the last 5 years. So this is like normal protocol, you know, standard protocol procedure here. And on top of that, you know, let me just show you guys something real quick. I'm going to delete everything real quick on the Leapfrog, except basically one very important VWAP. Look, the Trump VWAP. Remember how I told you guys that this was our shield, our defense, our prior strong support had become resistance, right? And look at the level that we retest as resistance. It's that election day VWAP. So the same Trump bubble that protected us and coddled us and kept Bitcoin at 100K for 3 months is now the very VWAP keeping us in the gulag. So the trade setup that I had here was basically, I formed an idea. I said, if the Bitcoin stays in its VWAP gulag and doesn't break the inauguration day VWAP, then I can short this. And it's like, where's the target? My Leapfrog indicator has the targets. What I was eyeing at particularly, since this is a Sunday going into a Monday, right? This is the formation of a new weekly candle. We turn on the weekly strategy and we analyze where was last week's VWAP. So last week's VWAP started all the way up here before the breakdown, and all week we had the breakdown. Now we pump up out of it, but now a new week begins. So when you zoom in on the smaller time frames, this is basically your target, guys, the previous weekly VWAP there. So this is a weekly Leapfrog, very strong weekly move. And how long was this? Just like a couple hours or something. Like 6 hours. It took about 5 hours once you really lost the current month's VWAP, the new month, the current weekly VWAP. Once you lost that current weekly VWAP, it was only a 5-hour trade to get a 6% move on 5x, you're absolutely crushing it. And you're also able to short other coins, because if Bitcoin's going to do this move, then imagine what everything else does, right? So you go on Ethereum, and Ethereum also had a weekly leap. You can see what we're learning here is that when you have a relatively small weekly leap, sometimes it can be an indication of the price only getting started. You see how ETH is having a bearish week. It's everyone's asking when long, but the week is bearish right now. You don't want to mess with this shit, in my opinion. If you look at XRP had a big pump, but look, see, a new weekly VWAP begins, and where does the price want to go? Literally straight to the last week's VWAP. It was a free 20% move there. So, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, guys. It doesn't happen all the time, but let me tell you why this one played out so damn well. Because this is a bearish leapfrog in a bearish market. A lot of the leapfrogs we've been taking lately, we've had to fight the overarching trend. The overarching trend is down because NickCipher's monthly looks like absolute shit, right? So you're thinking in your head, man, if I could just get a bearish weekly leapfrog setup, that's going to be a home run. You know, you're thinking that like in advance, like before Eric Trump even tweets, is like, man, I just hope the stars can align and give me a good opportunity. You get the interaction on the key level here. And not only was this a weekly leapfrog, but it's also like a daily one too. So let me put some daily VWAPs up, only because you don't really see what happened anymore because it's past dinner time. So we already have like a new weekly VWAP already, but you can see here, I put a little anchored VWAP on 3 days ago. And you can see that a little daily leapfrog happened here that kick-started the weekly leapfrog. So, you know, once this move happens and you confirm resistance under 2 daily VWAPs, that's how you get that further continuation down. So if you can get a bearish daily leap and parlay that into a bearish weekly leap, that's a big sign. That's like Venn diagram, circles overlapping. You got some good confluence with a daily and a weekly VWAP setup here. Let me show you another example of a bearish daily and weekly leapfrog stacking up and providing a good opportunity. It was right here at this moment right here. Let me show you guys. And I'm not in any live trades right now. I know my brother's live trading and he's in a big short that he's already in from like a high position up. He's held it. I took profits at the weekly VWAP. But I'm happy with where I'm at here. I'm happy that how I performed today. I think this is it. Was that the moment there? Yes. Okay. So I went to the weekly chart and I put some weekly VWAPs on this old price data here. Now, what were these dates here? Because I need the daily VWAPs as well. So, let's see, the 6th of January, 6th and 7th of January. Okay. It's hard to go back and back test VWAPs. That is a downside of them. But here you can see, like, we've got some daily VWAPs here. And you can see it, like, this was another instance where a new week begins. And look how bearish NickCipher is. See, like, these, you've got money flow declining, that textbook bearish divergence that, you know, sometimes NickCipher's divs fake you out, but when you pair it with this kind of convergence with like a daily and weekly bearish leapfrog confluence kind of setup, it's gonna play out, guys, trust me. So we come up here And you see how we fall first to the new weekly VWAP, and then we lose the day prior's VWAP. And you see the insane leap down to the previous weekly VWAP that we then see there? This was a move that nobody saw coming except my community, because we simply know and expect that when a new week begins, price likes to go back to the previous VWAP. Now, the weekly move isn't always the end. I love taking profits here and just waiting for the next week, but oftentimes you do see further downside continuation there from that move there. So that's the lesson, I guess, from this example right here. So I showed you guys a past and a current example of a weekly leapfrog playing. And it just makes sense, you know, it makes sense that when a new weekly candle is created, we simply go back to retrace the previous weekly candle. Doesn't that make sense? Like, you get a new weekly open, and we have all week to explore and fish around in that previous weekly candle before we do whatever we want to do. That's, I mean, another way of thinking about it is a new week begins. This is a lot of speculation for a weekend. We need to go back to where we feel safe. We got to go back to the previous week's VWAP, where all the volume is, and we decide where we want to go from there. In this case, it looks like we're going down, but in some cases, you simply bounce from that point. It really depends on the overall trend, but the overall trend right now is very bearish because of that monthly market cipher read. So that was the weekly move. That it doesn't seem like a big move, but man, this really is a big move, especially if you're entering a couple little altcoin trades. Like, I was in a Fartcoin trade alongside this, and look what Fartcoin did. I mean, you enter up here as it's losing the fresh weekly VWAP, a 30% move. So if you put a stop loss above this high and you're only risking like $50 on your Fartcoin, you still make like $1,000 of P&L because the move is just so freaking crazy. That's why I love trading Fartcoin. It's one of my favorite trading instruments, because Fartcoin has a lot of whales who like trade it. They buy a shit ton of it, sell a shit ton of it, and it has amazing swings. Absolutely amazing swings. I mean, even if you just catch even one of these bounces, it's legendary. Look, a 74% pump on the Fartcoin there. So this is a good one to kind of add some sprinkles. If you're entering a bunch of trades, sprinkle in a little Fartcoin trade, because you never know what you might get there. Catching up with the chat real quick. Alexo Crypto, good to see you guys in. Everybody go follow and sub to Alexo Crypto. These dinosaurs are going extinct, but our warm-blooded mammalian friends are slaying these markets. Jason Casper, the big man, thank you for popping in, Jason. I love the raps. You've been killing it, bro. I gotta do a trader spotlight soon, or go on your channel or something, but the time is nigh. I've grown to a point where I feel like I'm worthy of your godlike, Chad-like presence. And man, I just love all you guys, man. You guys are keeping my boat afloat. But even if I popped in here and there was 3 of you guys, I would still come out, man, because I love this shit, man. I love trading. And yeah, so the monthly leapfrog, guys. The monthly play was, you know, unfortunately, I kind of botched the monthly play on the breakout account. I only caught it on my Blowfin account. So, you know, I would have had like a double flex, because I caught the dump down, I caught the pump up, and I caught the short down. Like, it's crazy how, like, kind of on point I've been lately. And I will just say this, guys, that future results, you know, past results don't indicate future results, or whatever that phrase is. So now that I have no weekly leapfrog idea, now that the monthly leapfrog has played out, I really have very little reason to trade. I just want to like withdraw my 17K profit and just chill, man. Maybe go on a vacation or something, but not before giving back a little bit of the gains to you guys, because you helped me on my breakout affiliates. You guys have been engaging with me like crazy on Twitter. Go ahead and follow my Twitter, by the way, at FloppingGroper, if you haven't. I'm also on Instagram too. You can follow my Instagram at NickCipher here. But we mostly just post like funny shit. Instagram's like a joke ass app these days, man. But yeah, let's go over the like a couple monthly plays, guys, because monthly leaps, if you're someone who's struggling with your trading, just freaking wait for a monthly leapfrog, because look at this move. This move was a pump from the new March Vwap to the previous month's Vwap. Let me enable, I'm going to get rid of the weekly Vwaps. We're going to put the monthly strategy up. And this is where the March Vwap began. So this technically was your leapfrog, a modest 10% move. On XRP, what was this move? A 14% move, but then that was only the beginning, and we kept pumping 40% from that move. So often the leap sends you in the right direction. Ethereum, unfortunately with Ethereum, so you see how Ethereum doesn't quite make it to that leapfrog. So on altcoins, results may vary, right? But Bitcoin, being the main head honcho, Bitcoin tends to really fill its targets and act very cleanly with the macro anchored VWAPs here. Since we've been catching monthly leaps for over a year now, I'm not like a noob at this or new at this. I'm completely sold on it. It works for me. It works for other people. If you hate it, that you hate it at your own detriment at this point. But at this point, I've trained my community where, like, in the last week of February, like, even as we're chopping down here, I'm grooming my community to be like, yo, guys, wait, like, let that new March VWAP come, and we're going to expect that March relief rally before it even happens. And so sometimes, it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes you get the bottom pattern like the day before the new month. And the market is very eager to get to that previous monthly VWAP before the new month even begins. This eagerness is something we like to see. We do like to see that eagerness, and it may seem like this leapfrog was late, but if you anticipate that new month coming ahead of time, like, it doesn't catch you off guard. And so you guys saw on Twitter, I caught the Pico bottom here with Jason Casper. I literally longed, I think it was just straight up 80,000. It was like before this orange candle had even closed, I was already in that bitch. And the reason why is, there was a couple reasons why, but starting with NickCipher here, we had some good, look at that nice 4-hour divergence here, guys. Price comes down, starts bottom fishing, but look at the 4-hour waves. The 4-hour waves are trending to the upside. The daily oscillator, which is a time frame that I trust greatly, that generated a lot of success for me last year, along with these monthly plays. You pair the monthly VWAP leapfrog idea with a strong daily NickCipher reading, and that prints like 80% of the time. We just happen to get that convincing daily wave reading right at the turn of the new month. Basically on the last month of February, you're already getting it. So that was a very strong signal there. Sentiment was overly dramatic. People were calling for even lower. People who were bullish up here at the top, now they see this wick and they're saying, okay, now we're going to 75, or now we're going to Michael Saylor's average entry or whatever. But then they get derailed by that new month. And so you see the new month coming, and this is where you start fishing around for, like, why are we bouncing here? And even the video I posted on my channel the day before inauguration, I pulled this VWAP, but it was a member in our community, Crypto Z, who reminded me of this very important VWAP here, a VWAP from the low, the summer low here. Putting a VWAP on a very high volume candle is a really good thing to do, whether you're on the 1-minute chart or the daily chart or the monthly chart. This day right here was the highest volume day Bitcoin had seen in years. Look, all the way back here. This is the craziest day of the bull run. The most defining moment of the entire bull run thus far has been, did you buy at 50K or did you panic, And so you slap a VWAP on that volume figure, and hell, we could even enable the bands here. Let's enable the bands, and analyze kind of what happened here. You see that ever since that summer low, the market changed. We had pumped up. We came into these volatility bands. We were very volatile. But look, then we lose the level 3, or sorry, yeah, the level 3 volatility band. We fall into level 2. So we're not Super Saiyan 3 anymore. We're only Super Saiyan 2. We do form a higher high, but we're still in that lower volatility mode. Next thing you know, the February VWAP comes. We lose the year-to-date VWAP. We're fishing around, testing that yearly open. And you can see here that we're seeing signs of that placenta about to pop. You know, we're basically humping this like volatility band, waiting for a breakdown of this Trump bubble. And nobody called it a Trump bubble before me. I was the one who was like, this shit's a Trump bubble. That VWAP from election day serving as the bubble to be popped here. But either way, that midline was the level that we bounced off there. And so we did hit a key level with the VWAPs. We had that strong daily wave reading, and we anticipated a trend change at the turn of a new month. So I want you guys to remember that logic, because you're going to be able to use that logic every single month for the rest of your life. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. But I don't just want to come out flexing, oh, look how much money I made. I actually want to show you guys like how I did it, and like you can do it too, because it's going to look slightly different every month, but the same thing is going to happen around the VWAPs. And you could go to like any month. I mean, so all last year, you guys have to remember that like 80% of the year is just going to be ranging. It's just going to be expectations being crushed, people wishing it would go higher and it doesn't, people wishing it would go lower and it doesn't. Because at the turn of a new month, every week, every month, every quarter is a new opportunity for the narrative to shift. And that's going to happen the majority of the year until the big move, the big catalyst. So last year, that was the election. But, you know, in these interim periods of lower volatility, guys, anticipate shifts around the monthly VWAPs. You could do it to any month here. Like, look at last May. Let me get rid of my bands again. So sell in May, walk away. You know, May starts and you're probably panicking because April ends, May begins, and we're all the way down here. Look how bad that looks. You know, we had broken structure apparently on this chart, but if you were following me, we had all we were doing was just retesting the year-to-date VWAP. Look, you put a VWAP on January 1, and all we were getting was a godlike retest of the year-to-date VWAP. So that was an obvious bounce point for our community, especially looking at the daily here. You got a nice oversold reading. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like at the turn of a new month, if the daily is looking good, if the sentiment is panicking on Twitter, and you're bouncing off of a key level, you guys see how like the money is, there's money to be made here. So we're slapping a VWAP on May. May actually ends up being a bullish month. But look, you have the turn of a new month, the month of June here. And there's a little bit of spillover. It goes up a little bit higher in the first week of June for sure. But then you get, like, I guarantee you, if we were to place weekly VWAPs at this point, everything was lining up for a weekly bearish leapfrog, a daily bearish leapfrog. You know, like, look at we're on the daily here. Look at the bearish wave setup here on NickCipher. A nice textbook, clean bear div with a higher high in price and lower highs in the oscillator. You're at the turn of a new month. Sentiment is saying we're going to all-time highs on Twitter. You fire off the short, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what we did all year, every single month, every ebb and flow in the markets. I was able to turn 100 grand of my own money into like 350K. And I did give a lot of that back, and so I withdrew a lot of profits, and then that account started struggling, so I had to stop trading on that account. But I did make a shitload of money with these monthly and quarterly leapfrogs last year. So nowadays I'm transitioned mostly to breakout, and I got a little blowfin account I'm messing with. But I love the breakout trading because my losses are always going to be capped at the cost of an evaluation. So I made like 20 grand this week, and I only spent like $900 to get access to that account. So this basically is helping me to adhere. My broader risk management strategy with my breakout trading is small wins, small losses, big wins, right? Whereas if you trade with your life savings, you kind of are inherently putting yourself at risk of large catastrophic losses. So that's the upside of funded trading, is you actually abide by the rules here. So that is pretty much it for like my lesson, guys. I covered exactly what I saw to catch the bearish weekly setup this week. I covered the monthly leap, like why did Bitcoin pump up so hard and then crash so hard? A lot of people are going to blame manipulation, and they're going to blame Trumps and all this stuff. But truly, the market just did what it does every single week. It retraces moves, it fills gaps, it goes back to the previous periods, VWAPs, when new periods begin. And yes, the Trump news escalated the time frame that all these things happen. So they all this shit, crazy shit happened in a week. Sometimes it takes time to play out, right? So it was an escalated time scale, but because of that, I think it was a valuable learning, educational lesson. So the fact that we get to see these moves happen so fast, I get to have the privilege of sharing with you guys like how much money you can make with these ideas in the future. And so, you know, this isn't a live trading stream because truthfully, I'm not afraid to admit I don't have a weekly leapfrog idea to back up any trade ideas. The monthly play is already over. And so why would I overtrade and give away all my gains and breach my account and be a FloppingGroper when I can spend this time giving back to the community, recovering my mental, planning for future periods, withdrawing that profit and actually doing things in my life that I need to do. I want to pay my mom's insurance. I want to, you know, get my new girlfriend some clothes from the mall or some shit. I want to like do things, you know. So I'm withdrawing this money, and yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with this. Make sure you guys are withdrawing your funds and actually rewarding yourself for your trading. Let's see. Turd Ferguson says Breakout has a huge selection of turd coins too, man. We love trading those turd coins. The fart coin is awesome, man. It's the whales shit coin. Alex O'Crypto, thanks for popping in, man. See you later. Kalichi Agwocha says, what's the music in the background? It's this PlayStation 2 system menu ambiance. Julia Wynn says, take profits. Good to see you in, Julia. All right, so I'll show you guys. Let's see. Let's pop in this Discord here. This is our VIP Discord. So we have a very active FloppingGroper FG Discord here. I love you guys in here. You guys are absolutely murdering it. We've got some great member TA, some new little YouTube channels sprouting up. So make sure you support our analysts here. They've been doing good work, nailing some big calls here. And overall, I'm just very impressed with the consistency, the camaraderie, that like how much people are helping each other. We've got testimonies, really nice testimonies in here. We've got solid profit logs. Gratz Parsifal, I mean, obviously he's upping his leverage so he can use his funds elsewhere, but these are some amazing trades here. So man, we're killing it, man. We're killing it. Just to give you guys an idea, if you're not in the VIP, I don't live trade in my VIP, but I do give regular updates. I tell you guys, I give you the setup. See, look, I will give you the actual trade setup with the stop loss and the target, where I think it could go, all that shit. I stay updated with it. I give you guys, I nudge you in the right direction, but I'm not going to live stream and hold your hand. I'm not going to hold your pee-pee and help you pee. It's better this way, trust me. But I give TA here. We got Bitcoin, shitcoins. This was that move on XRP. Look. Great moves by XRP. This was the XRP monthly leapfrog. So see this trade set up. It was close, man. I give the best stop losses I can. Sometimes they get hit. This one did not, but look at XRP. This move on XRP was nuts, man. See, we caught that little bottom and that thing was nuts. So I also give ideas on stonks. You know, right now, even though I don't personally trade stonks, I'm not going to shy away from shitting on MicroStrategy. You know, we technically our community has been short on MicroStrategy since like $300, and I gave some overall bearish signs on the S&P, that money flow pouring out on like a macro scale. Not a good sign for us little crypto people. Give some good calls on commodities like silver and gold as well. Got some good channels here, but first we have a meme coin trenches. So, you know, if the Kanye coin drops, I let my people know. And we've got a little leapfrog play section where if people find large gaps in charts, like, holy shit, FloppingGroper, we've ran 30% from last month's Vwap on this random shit coin. Like, they have a channel, they can post on it in here. And also when you join, you get all these Vwap videos here. The most recent are probably the best ones because I've evolved over time in my ability to both execute and explain the anchored Vwap trading system. But overall, these videos are quite helpful. I'll redo it in time, but so far it's been pretty good. So to join, you follow the link in the description. It brings you to my little link tree here. And so in my link tree, this is my new click funnel. You get access to the leapfrog indicator, which now is only $100. So it used to be like a couple $100. Now it's $100. But the Discord is a small $25 monthly fee. So that way the upfront is less. But if you like the results, you like hanging out in the Discord, then you know, I get to continue to benefit, and I can grow this into something that creates generational wealth for me. So if I can get 1,000 people all trading and making money with VWAPs, $25 a month, man, that's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So going over to a monthly fee with the Discord, a low monthly fee, is the way to go, because I'm working my ass off in that Discord every day for you guys. So just a one-time lifetime fee is nice at the beginning, but over time it just makes sense to go to monthly for the Discord. But the leapfrog indicator is only $100. So if you don't like the Discord, it's, you know, you could even refund that first month. I don't even care. But $100 for the connection fee for leapfrog, that's all I ask, and you can have leapfrog for the rest of your life, whether you're in my Discord or not. Now, NickCipher, this is my brother's indicator here. If you use code FG, 20% off right now. This is the script here. You go to NickCipher.com. I got an affiliate link in the description for that as well. But this also comes with its own insane Discord here. So this Discord has like 30,000 members. This is a long-standing, long-trusted Discord with thousands of traders who are just in the zone, man. It's a whole ecosystem of traders. We've created, at this point, my brother and I have created a new species of trader, which is just I'm so proud of that, man. I'm so proud that we've come this far. But yeah, so you get that, but my Discord is separate. So I try to keep it a little separate from my brother, so that my ideas and his aren't like overlapping and conflicting with each other. That's just, I feel like that's just the way it's got to be. But that's pretty much it, guys. I was gonna do some chart recommendations, but I don't want to keep the stream too long. I'm gonna pop in that CF stream. I hope everything that you found in this stream was valuable, and I'm gonna stream next Monday as well. If I catch a weekly leapfrog, like, I might do some live streaming, but this week, that move just happened to be, it just happened to happen like from Sunday going into Monday morning. So the move already happened this week, but maybe next week will be different. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Trader Geo, good to see you in, man. But yeah, you guys have a good one. God bless you.